right, so this topic, as you can tell, is relevant to all of us because everybody gets nervous. I like to say nervous is natural. All right, now we're on page number 10. I want you to highlight the word adrenaline because you have to understand that that is a part of what's going on with you. All right, and I want you to get that. The paragraph that says, in other words, it is perfectly normal, even desirable to be nervous at the start of a speech. Your body is responding as it would to any stressful situation by producing extra adrenaline. That's what's going on in your body. Your body chemical, or the chemical in your body, is adrenaline. That hormone kicks in whenever you're in a public setting, or when you're nervous. Highlight in the margin to the left the definition of the word adrenaline: a hormone released into the bloodstream in response to physical or mental stress. All right, so understand that you're under stress. Now, we'll get to this later, but learning how to breathe, taking deep breaths, okay, but trying to do it in a way that it's natural. You know, you can breathe in between statements. All of that can help you to relax, okay? Look at the next paragraph. Dealing with nervousness, rather than trying to eliminate every trace of stage fright, you should aim at transforming it from a negative force into what experts call positive nervousness. Highlight that. Positive nervousness. Also highlight in the margin where it says, control nervousness that helps energize a speaker for her or his presentation. It is a zesty, enthusiastic, lively feeling with a slight edge to it. It's still nervousness, but it feels different. You're no longer victimized by it. Instead, you're vitalized by it. You're in control of it. I like that phrase, you're vitalized by it. So look at the public speaking situation as something to get excited about. You have to be excited about what you're talking about. In my case, as a preacher, I have to preach what I'm excited about because I'm not going to do my best if I'm not excited about it, all right, or interested in it. Are you with me? All right, so that's important. Let's move on. Don't think of yourself as having stage fright. So it's a mind thing. Don't think of it as having stage fright. Instead, think of it as stage excitement or stage enthusiasm. Does that help, students? Does that help? It's stage excitement or stage enthusiasm. Think about it that way, Carlette, because you're going to be getting up, I'm sure, at some point, at some time. You know, think of it as excitement, stage excitement, or stage enthusiasm. It can help you get focused and energized in the same way that it helps athletes, musicians, and others get primed for a game or a concert. Actress Jane Lynch, talking about her gig hosting Saturday Night Live, said that she got through it with that perfect cocktail of nervousness and excitement. Highlight that. It's a combination. She calls it a cocktail. I'm nervous and excited. I'm nervous and excited. All right. Think of it. Think of that cocktail as a normal part of giving a successful speech. Here are 6 time-tested ways you can turn nervousness from a negative force into a positive one. All right? Make these, number these. I'm not going to cover all of them. Number 1, acquire speaking experience. The best way to deal with it is to experience it. The more you experience it, the more you get used to it. Make that number 1. You have already taken the first step. You are enrolled in a public speaking course where you will learn about speech making and gain speaking experience. All right? So that's the first step, getting experience. Make this number 2. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Make that number 2. I emphasized that a few times when you were asking questions. When you are prepared, that eliminates nervousness. You're just not aware of it. You're not conscious of it. But the more prepared you are, the more excited you are. And the more prepared you are, the less nervous you are. Okay? All right? Your teacher, look at the top of the paragraph, page. Your teacher recognizes that you are a novice and is trained to give kind of guidance you need to get started. In your fellow students, you have a highly sympathetic audience who will provide what? Valuable feedback to help you improve your speaking skills. All right? So look at it. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Another key to gaining confidence is what? To pick speech topics you truly care about, and then to prepare your speeches so thoroughly that you cannot help but what? Be successful. Here's how one student combined enthusiasm for his topic with thorough preparation to score a triumph in speech class. All right, that's Jesse. You could read about Jesse later. I would recommend that you do so. Number 3, think positively. That's on page 12. Think positively. Do you see it? Make that number 3. Confidence is mostly the well-known power of positive thinking. If you think you can do it, you usually can. On the other hand, if you predict disaster and doom, that is almost always what you will get. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you start out thinking, I'm going to blow this speech, guess what? You're going to blow that speech.
So
All right?
think it in his heart, so is he.
That's what the word says. Absolutely. All right? So, think positively. Notice this. Negative thought, positive thought. Here's an example. I wish I didn't have to give this speech. That's a negative thought. Positive thought. This speech is a chance for me to share my ideas and gain experience as a speaker. Okay? Negative thought. I'm not a great public speaker. Positive thought. No one's perfect, but I'm getting better with each speech I give. Negative thought. I'm always nervous when I give a speech. Positive thought. Everyone's nervous. If other people can handle it, I can too. Highlight that. Because guess what? Everybody gets nervous. Okay? If they can handle it, you can too. Especially, students, if this is a part of your calling. If you know it's in your calling, you got to master it. Okay, what's negative is no one will be interested in what I have to say. That means you're probably not interested. Okay? The positive way of approaching this is I have a good topic and I'm fully prepared. Of course, they'll be interested. All right? So read this with me, everyone. Many psychologists believe that the ratio of positive to negative thoughts in regard to stressful activities such as speech making should be at least 5 to 1. That is, for each negative thought, you should counter with a minimum of 5 positive ones. Highlight that. For one negative thought, you need to counter that with 5 positive thoughts. It's psychological. There's a psychology to public speaking, and it's about gaining control. All right? But it's all about number 1. What was number 1? No? What was number 1? No. No. Number 1. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Is that number 2? All right, that's what I meant. All right, number 2. Yeah. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Okay? That is going to take care of a lot of nervousness and a lot of other things. Okay? All right? So we want you to get that. Now, this is number what? Use the power of visualization.
4.
Make that number 4. Use the power of visualization. All right? Visualizing is closely related to positive thinking. It is used by athletes, musicians, actors, speakers, and others to enhance their performance in stressful situations. How does it work? Listen to long distance runner Vicky Humber. All right, you can read that. Let's go to number 6. Know that most nervousness is not visible.
That's fine.
That's 5, all right? Make that number 5. Know that most nervousness is not visible. I said that a few times already in class. They don't know you're nervous, okay? You know it, all right? Know that most nervousness is not visible. Many novice speakers are worried about appearing nervous to the audience. It's hard to speak with poise and assurance if you think you look tense and insecure. All right? Let's go to number 6. Don't expect perfection. All right? So that means that nobody's perfect. Don't expect perfection. All right, and then look at the next page. I'm sorry, at the bottom of page 14. Besides stressing the 6 points just discussed, your teacher will probably give you several tips for dealing with nervousness in your first speeches. They may include, look at these 6 things. 7 things. All right, take number 1, Deacon Larry. Be at your best what?
Be at your best. Okay, be at your best physically and mentally.
Highlight that. That is going to help you to deal with being nervous. Be at your best physically and mentally. Did you get a good night's rest? Are you early for the occasion? Are you aware of your topic? Take the second bullet, Betty.
As you are waiting to speak, quietly tighten and relax your leg muscles, or squeeze your hands together and then release them.
Continue.
Such actions help reduce tension by providing an outlet for your extra adrenaline.
All right, you got some extra adrenaline flowing. All right, take the next one, please, Lenora.
Take a couple of slow, deep breaths before you start to speak.
All right, I mentioned that a few times. It's a way of controlling your nervousness. Take a few what?
Deep breaths.
Deep breaths. All right, continue.
When they are tense, most people take short, shallow breaths, which only reinforces their anxiety. Deep breathing breaks this cycle of tension and helps calm your nerves.
All right, next bullet, Carlette.
Work especially hard on your introduction. Research has shown that a speaker's anxiety level begins to drop significantly after the first 30 to 60 seconds of a presentation.
Highlight that. In other words, work hard on your introduction. Because you're not a public speaker, you probably don't pay attention to me when I'm giving a sermon. But my introduction is always something I work on because I want to lay a foundation. I might start with a question. Did you know this? Or I might start with a special emphasis. But that's what I'm doing. I'm doing something with that introduction. Work especially hard on your introduction because the first 30 to 60 seconds is going to be the most difficult. All right, next bullet, Jane.
Make eye contact with members of your audience. Remember that they are individual people, not a blur of faces, and they are your friends.
All right, next bullet, Sister Gardner.
Concentrate on communicating with your audience rather than on worrying about your stage fright.
All right, highlight that. That's what you want to concentrate on, communicating with your audience rather than on worrying about your stage fright. If you get caught up in your speech, your audience will too. All right? All right, take the next one, Sister Bro.
Use visual aids.
Yes, use visual aids. All right? Go ahead.
They create interest draw attention away from you and make you feel less self-conscious.
Makes you feel less self-conscious, all right? And that is important whenever you can incorporate visual aids. All right, Larry, let's pause the video at this point.